Hey gang, what's going on? In this video I'm going to do the rankings and grades from ESPN and myself of the City Connect unis that have been put out so far, and when all 30 teams, if all 30 teams do get City Connect unis, I will make another video about that with all rankings. Before I even get into that, if you could hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon buttons, be greatly appreciated. It's extremely helpful for the channel. Gives me great feedback on what you think of the content, as well as I don't want you to miss out on anything that gets put out. I'm on the road to 600 subs, and I thank you all for subscribing. So let's get into it. So this is ESPN's rankings. That's based off of grade excuse me, and how I think they would have ranked it as well. So let's get into it. So coming in at number 1 with a grade of an A is the Miami Marlins. Coming in at number 2 with a grade of an A also is the San Diego Padres. Coming in at number 3 with a grade of an A, Milwaukee Brewers. Coming in at number 4 with a grade of an A minus, the Atlanta Braves. Coming in at number 5 with a grade of an A minus as well, the Tampa Bay Rays. Coming in at number 6 with a grade of an A minus as well would be the Los Angeles Angels. Coming in at number 7 with a grade of a B plus would be the Chicago White Sox. Coming in at number 8 with a grade of a B plus would be the Seattle Mariners. Coming in at number 9 would be the Arizona Diamondbacks, coming in with a grade of a B. Coming in at number 10 would be the Colorado Rockies with a grade of a B. Coming in at 11 would be the Washington Nationals with a grade of a B. Coming in at number 12 would be the Boston Red Sox with a grade of a B. Coming in at number 13 would be the Astros with a grade of a B minus. Following them would be the St. Louis Cardinals at 14 with a grade of a C plus. Right behind them would be the Pittsburgh Pirates, coming in at 15 with a grade of a C plus. Coming in behind them would be at 16 with a grade of a C would be San Francisco and the Giants. Coming in at 17 with a grade of a C would be the Kansas City Royals. Coming in at 18 with a grade of a C would be the Reds. Coming in at 19 with a grade of a C would be the Philadelphia Phillies. Coming in at 20 with a grade of a C would be the Detroit Tigers. Coming in at number 21 with a grade of C minus would be the Baltimore Orioles. Coming in at 22 with a grade of a D would be the Cleveland Guardians. Coming in right behind them at 23 with a grade of a D would be the Texas Rangers. Following them at 24, also with a grade of a D, would be the Chicago Cubs. Coming in at 25 with a grade of an F would be the Mets, and right behind them with a grade of an F as well would be the Los Angeles Dodgers. Those are the ESPN grades and rankings based off where I think they would be for grades. I will put the link in the description below so you can see all the unis. Here is my rankings for City Connect uniforms, and I will give you my reasons on why. So coming in at 26 with a grade of an F, which I agree with, would be the Los Angeles Dodgers. I do not like the fact that they just use blue, even though the blue jersey is nice. It doesn't scream LA to me. I would have done more with it. I would have tried to make it so it screamed LA, not just saying Los Dodgers. To me, that was a bit of a cop-out. I think they could have done more with it. Like I said, they didn't really exactly do a great job with figuring that one out. Coming in at 25, right above them, also with a grade of an F, would be the New York Mets. The New York Mets had the right idea with how they did their jerseys and uniforms, but I don't think it screams enough of New York. In my opinion, they could have done something more interesting, like the skyline of New York. They could have done something like that. I don't think the concept was a bad idea. I just think they did not execute the idea well. So they come in at 25 with a grade of an F. Coming in right above them, which I think should have gotten an F to begin with, was the Baltimore Orioles. They came in at 24 for me. They didn't do anything to scream Baltimore. Not a great job on their ownership's part. Do I think it's better than the Mets? Yes, not by much though. Just like how I don't think the Mets is better than the Dodgers by much either. But the Orioles failed on that one. They didn't scream, it doesn't scream Baltimore at all. I don't like the all black unis. The idea I had was a cream jersey, a cream uniform that said Charm City on the jersey and on the hat, having it with the Oriole holding a bat like it was going to go hit. That would have been the smarter idea for the Orioles. I think that they dropped the ball completely. They could have ran with so many different ideas, and they didn't. So for me, they get an F. At 23, would come the Cleveland Guardians with a D. It's hard to do something with that team name and kind of show off the city. So I can't really fault them on that, but it's the hand that they were dealt. They did the best they could. Color scheme isn't great. I mean, my opinion only. You may have your opinions on that as well. Color scheme could have been better. I feel like the idea of putting CLE is not really screaming Cleveland. I kind of wish they did more, but to each his own. So Cleveland comes in at a grade of a D at 23. San Francisco is right above them at 22 with a grade of a D. They had the right idea by starting off by putting the Golden Gate Bridge on the sleeve. They could have took that and rolled with it. Unfortunately, they didn't do so, and it caused the jersey to look kind of out of whack a little bit, in my opinion. They could have taken the Golden Gate Bridge and ran with it. It was a great idea to start off with. They started off hot with it, but then they kind of fell off the table. So to me, that screams more of a good start, bad finish kind of thing. So I would say that the Giants could have done a little bit more with it. But that's why they come in at 22 with a grade of a D for me. Coming in at 21 with a grade of a C- would be the Pittsburgh Pirates. I love the fact that they used the gold top, black pants, and really it screams throwback. So it's great job on the Pirates for doing that. They could have done more with it instead of writing just a big PGH on it. I don't think that really does it justice. I think they could have done more. Like I said, the idea was a great idea. I just wish they put more thought into what was going on the jersey. So for me, Pittsburgh comes in at 21 with a grade of a C-, and the reason for the C- is because of the throwback colors. Coming in at number 20 with a grade of a C is the Philadelphia Phillies. To me, they did a great job of planning it out. They did a great job of putting it in motion and action, and they executed it quite well. I love the fact that they put the Liberty Bell on the hat. That just screams Philadelphia. That really gives a good representation of the Phillies in the city of Philadelphia. I like how it says Philly on the jersey. I wish they would have done a little bit more with the color scheme. I feel like the color scheme is kind of bland. Don't get me wrong, the blue looks really nice on it, but they could have integrated the red more into the Phillies City Connect uniforms to try to make it pop more and stand out more. That, to me, would have gotten them a higher grade and a higher ranking, in my opinion. Coming in at number 19 with also a grade of a C would be the Washington Nationals. The Nationals did a nice job with the cherry blossom. I like that idea. It really does scream Washington, D.C. It's a good representation. My knocks on it would be the hat seems kind of not with the uniform, in just my opinion. I feel like they could have done more with it. They could have wrapped the cherry blossom around the W. That would have made it look really nice, really cool looking. Like how they have the Capitol building with the W on their alternate hat. For me, that's what got them a grade of a C. Had they done that, it probably would have been higher. The gray kind of is off-putting to me, but you know, they did have a good idea. They executed it. They really did their best to make it look good. So to me, that's a uniform that I do think deserves a good grade on that, or not a good grade, but an okay grade. So they get a C for me. Coming in at number 18 is the Boston Red Sox at a C+. I like the idea that they put Boston on the front. It really does say Boston. It screams it. I like how they have the UCLA Bruins B on the hat, so that also stands out. The color scheme, I don't exactly understand why you do gold and blue like that, but you know, that's the colors that they chose. I don't think it really screams the city of Boston. I mean, I don't really know what they could have done to scream Boston, but other than that, I don't really have a knock on it. It is a pretty decent uniform. So it was a nice job on their part for doing that. So they come in at 18 with a C+. Coming in at number 17 with a C+ would be the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies definitely screwed up when they changed it and altered the uniform. Their uniform, or the City Connect uni, was the license plate of Colorado, which is a perfect uniform. Had they left the green pants with the top, I think that would have definitely propelled them up in the rankings and the grades for me. They get a C+ because of that. I wish they would have left that alone. It looked really nice with the uniform, so to me, it screamed Colorado, and it was a great idea. They just overthought it a little bit too much and changed the pants. So that's why it's a C+ for me. Coming in at number 16 with a B- would be the Milwaukee Brewers. They did a nice job of implementing the 414 and the MKE on it. Great job all around. I like how they used the powder blue, which was part of one of their uniforms, as a throwback. That's a great look for them. The only thing that I'm not so high on is it's saying Brew Crew on it. I think they could have done something a little bit more creative, I think. Just my personal opinion on it. It is a really nice uniform. They could have done anything with it. They could have even used put barley under a piece of barley under the Brew Crew, and that would have amplified it more. But I do like the MKE, the 414 that's implemented into it. So they get a B- for me. But they did a nice job with that uniform. They really thought that went out really well, and it was well done. So good job on them. St. Louis comes in at 15 with a B-. They just revealed theirs, or just leaked theirs the other day. So theirs has the old-fashioned writing of STL on it, on the cap. And then they've got a red jersey, white pants, red piping. It says the Lou with the bat and the Cardinals on it. It's a great uniform. It's one of my one of the City Connect uniforms I think really stands out. So good job on them for representing the city of St. Louis. Again, the link will be in the description below, so you can look at all of these unis. Coming in at number 14 with a B would be the Detroit Tigers. They did a great job with their uniform. They couldn't have done anything more than what they did. They put Motor City on the jersey. I mean, a brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant. It says Detroit on the hat, and then it's got on the side of the hat all the years of the World Series that they've won. So great job on their part to really represent the city of Detroit. The idea of putting Motor City was a fantastic idea. So great job on them. So they will come in at 14 with a B. Coming in at 13 with a B also is the Chicago Cubs. I like the fact that they put Wrigleyville on it. It really represents the city or the team of the Cubs, and it really represents that the ballpark, I should say. They did a nice job with that. They really amplified Wrigley Field, and it's a great job on their part for doing so. So good job on the Cubs for doing that. It represents the history of the Cubs. So the Cubs really passed, in my opinion, on that, and I really couldn't be, I really don't think they could have done any more than what they did. Coming in at number 12 is the Texas Rangers. They get a B as well. I like the cream top, and they really killed it with the black pants for it. So it was a great job on their part for doing so. The Rangers put really cool text on it, really cool font, and it really is a great way to amplify that for that team. Also, it tells in the history of the Rangers, I think it is, City Connect, it'll tell you why they picked that font and why they did what they did with their jerseys and their uniforms. So they did a great job with that. I apologize about the noise over my head, but I'll do the best I can so you guys can hear me. So Texas comes in at number 12 with a B. At number 11 is the Cincinnati Reds. They're also getting a B. I love what they did with that hat. That hat is a ridiculously nice looking hat. It's very different from every other hat out there for City Connects. It really is one of those that is very creative. I like how it has a big fat Cincy written on the front of it. It really screams the city of Cincinnati. It uses the nickname for Cincinnati, which is Cincy. A great job, all black uniform. Absolutely legit. Absolutely love it. I don't think they could have done any more than what they did, but they are definitely coming in at 11 with a B. So Cincinnati really represented the city well, really did what they could to make that uniform pop. So good job on their part. Coming in at number 10 is the Kansas City Royals, and they are getting a B+. What they did with that uniform was fantastic. Kansas City is known for all the fountains that it has there, and the way that they made the KC on that jersey and on the hat is fantastic. It really represents the city of fountains, and I really, really think they did a great job with it. Very creative. I like the blue that they had. It definitely screams it, and it's a great job. They couldn't have done anything more, but they come in at number 10 with a B+ grade. Coming in at number 9 would be the Houston Astros at a B+ as well. I know it's hard to imagine a Yankee fan saying that the Astros are getting a B+ for something, but that City Connect uni that they made, it was, oh my God, they really represented the city. As we know, NASA is down there in Houston, and they represented that city well. So great job on them. Putting Space City on it. It looks like a uniform from outer space. The H is in an atom-like form on the hat. A great job by the Houston Astros. They really thought about it well. They really thought about how they were going to make a good uniform to represent the city of Houston, and they did it. It was a great job on them for doing that. Coming in at number 8, Houston came in at 9 with a B+. Coming in at number 8 with a B+ would be the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels did something very unique with their uniforms. They made it almost like a surfer type uniform, and it was a great job on their part for doing that. So they come in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 with an A-, the first A- of the day, would be the Seattle Mariners. They really amplified the history of the team. On the jersey, it has PNW for Pacific Northwest. They did a fantastic job of designing it. The lettering is in the lettering that they used for the Seattle Pilots when they were around. So great job on amplifying that and really digging into the team's history. So I give them many props for it. So great job on that, on their part for doing so. At number 6 with an A minus is the San Diego Padres. They did a great job as well. They kind of amplify the colors of the city and almost like a surfer town kind of thing. So great job on them. I really think that was a well thought out uniform as well. Coming in at number 5 with an A minus is the Arizona Diamondbacks. Really like the cream uniforms, and I really like the writing on the jerseys. Great job. It really screams Arizona. So great job on their part. Not coming in with the first A of the day, and number 4 would be the Chicago White Sox with the letterings of Southside on it. So great job on their part. Coming in at number 3 at an A would be the Tampa Bay Rays. Love the uniforms, great colors, really screams Tampa. Coming in at number 2 would be the Atlanta Braves with an A+, and that would be with the 715, and it's saying the A on it. So great job on their part. And then finally rounding it out at number 1 with an A+ would be the Miami Marlins. It represents the city. It shows off the city. The colors are great. Everything pops. That's my rankings. Those are my grades. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. Let me know your rankings. Till next time, have a great day. Talk to you next time.